Namaste. In the previous episode, we saw that Duryodhan called out a long list of warriors of the Pandav army. He even highlighted how courageous, competent, strong, skilled and exceptional they were in warfare. To find out what Duryodhan said about his own army, we will now read verses 7, 8 and 9. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टा ये तान्निबोधद्विजोत्तम नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः. Here Duryodhan addressed his guru as the best among the Brahmins and said he would name the important people in his own army for Dronacharya's information, as if Dronacharya was unaware of the commanders on his own side. In the list of warriors, he first called out Dronacharya, as he wanted to make him feel important. The truth is, Duryodhan doubted Guru Dron's loyalty and feared that he might favor the Pandavas as they were extremely dear to him. So, to make sure that he gets Dronacharya's wholehearted support, Duryodhan tried to flatter his Guru by taking his name first. Later, for the same reason, he even called out the names of Dronacharya's brother-in-law Kripacharya and son Ashwathama. Apart from these people, Duryodhan mentioned Bhishma, who was like his grandfather and also the commander-in-chief of the Kaurava army. Bhishma was born as Devavrat and had pledged that he would never become the king but always serve the throne. He had also sworn never to marry so that he would have no descendants to claim the throne in the future as well. For this huge sacrifice, he was given the name Bhishma and the boon of Ichamrityu. That is, he would die only when he wished to. Next, Duryodhan named his friend Karna, brother Vikarna, and lastly his cousin Bhurishrava. Here we observe that Duryodhan listed merely 7 warriors from his army in contrast to the 17 names that he took from the Pandav army. To make up for it, Duryodhan said that there were many more excellent warriors on his side who were extremely courageous and skilled at using weapons. They all were highly experienced and possessed tremendous knowledge of military strategies. He tried to imply that unlike the opposition, his army had so many exceptional warriors that it was not possible to list them all. After he spoke so highly of his army, his egoistic nature resurfaced and he said that all those warriors were ready to lay down their lives for his sake. But that was not true. In reality, many were standing on his side either due to some selfish interest or because they had no other choice. For example, the hearts of Bhishma and Dronacharya leaned towards the Pandavas, but Bhishma was bound by his pledge and Dronacharya was compelled by his position to support the ruling king. Moreover, many kings supported Duryodhan only because Bhishma was on his side. The way Duryodhan described the army so far clearly shows how mentally unstable he was. Dronacharya, being his guru, understood his mental agitation and knew his words were nothing more than the blabbering of an unsound mind. Hence, he did not feel the need to respond to him. With this, we have seen what Duryodhan had to say about his own army and how Dronacharya gave him the silent treatment. Being ignored by Dronacharya, what did Duryodhan do? We will see in the next episode. Thank you.